How was the lunch? I'm sure हमारे speakers will take care of it. Uday and Nirmala. So we are going to start in next few minutes about Uday. By the way, I'm not project. Have you given some kind of whatever you like to feedback on the report? If not, spend your time because you would like to get as much as possible feedback. Doesn't matter positive, negative, doesn't matter for us. We want to get a feedback. बाकी देख अब अगले साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आज के लोग feedback. But I want to ensure that you are taking the right approach. Say what you think. Yeah. Maybe you can go down.
Okay, go ahead. I'll be standing.
For me. Recordings we are planning to very soon. We are planning to publish on YouTube. We do have our channel, dedicated channel.
It's on.
Yeah, we have a dedicated channel available. So we are gonna to public, like as a kind of public platform about the PPT and all. Definitely because I have got lot of queries already, but it depends whether the speaker, data privacy and all other factors. So whoever is approved us, we will share with everyone. Basically, all the participants. Basically, ideally yes, ideally yes. I don't want to answer immediately and everything which I might not aware about it because that privacy, uploading, I am not the right volunteer, but maybe I will connect with the right person and will come back to you. करें? अवेक कुछ ऐसे ऐसे करना है नींद में से करने के लिए उसका बेनिफिट है मालूम है व्हेन यू आर डूइंग फ्रॉम बोथ एंड्स सो ये मुझे पता चल जाएगा कि मोबाइल हाथ में नहीं है लोगों के कैन यू डू इट एटलीस्ट वंस एक ही हाथ यार है हाँ नाउ इट्स लुक्स गुड थैंक यू ऑल थैंक्स फॉर सपोर्टिंग मी ओके लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस अवर टू स्पीकर टुगेदर Nirmala. Nirmala is a passionate and empathetic influencer with 14 years of experience and she is an agile practitioner at First American India Private Limited, Bangalore. Apart from them, sorry, Nirmala, it's your job. Talk about yourself. I am not going to talk much about you. And we have another speaker, Uday. Welcome, Uday. Uday is a customer-centric strategic technology agile transformation leader with overall 18 years of experience. Again, same pitch for you, Uday. It's all yours, your platform. Talk with whatever you like it. And your topics are metrics that matter. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, thank you. That means lunch is very good. Sudhanshu, your answer is here. Okay. Can I just know in this room which role right now people are doing in their regular job? At least Scrum Masters, Product Owners. Scrum Masters, Product Owners, any other roles, managers? Okay, so we have a different group of people here. By seeing the name itself, it shows metrics that matters. Okay, so in our day-to-day life, everyone will use some or other metric. Maybe as a developer, I may use a different metric. As a product owner, it could be different. But at the end, everyone will be using the metrics to measure some or other whatever we have been doing. So here, even though we have a different metrics based on our purpose, there is one key thing, it will be driving towards the customer, right? So today here we are just to share our transformation journey, how it started, our metrics initially, how we have transformed towards the business value side. So from the last 2 days, today and yesterday, we have been hearing about the business value, right? So here we wanted to showcase our transformation journey, our customized metrics, how we measure the business value. Okay, so with that, can we go to the next slide, please? I do know there is some network glitch. Otherwise, we thought we'll get the opinion from the crowd and show it on the slide. So we can skip this. But anyone wants to say what is the major or most important metric for you, as per you? If you want to share, you can just go ahead. Which is one metric you feel which matters the most?
I think it's business value.
Business value. Good call out. Thank you.
Customer satisfaction.
Customer satisfaction. Sir?
SLA.
Same.
Okay. SLA, meeting the timeline.
Outcome.
Outcome. Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay. So we heard many different things. So at the end, we will see what is important. Again, there is no specific role that this is the metric which is important for everyone. As we are agile, it depends on the context and the situation and based on the stakeholders. Someone rightly said outcome. Okay. So here in this session, you can expect how we have transferred ourselves from output-driven approach to the outcome-driven. So most of the time, we try to see the results, immediate results. Okay, what is the output if I do this? So we look for that only. But what is the end outcome? So that matters the most. Okay. Again, when we are seeing right metrics, as we mentioned, we have a different kind of metrics. N number of metrics are available. But main key thing we should be seeing whether all those metrics, whatever we are measuring, whether it is aligned with our strategic goals as well as is it making a value. When I say value, is it adding a true value to our stakeholders? When I say stakeholder, it can be business, development team, whoever the customer we are interacting. So that is the key purpose here. And most of the time, right, when we say the technical people, maybe Scrum Masters, product owners could relate with that. When we ask the developers, they say like, I have developed 100 story pointer user story. I have done 10 user stories. But it's not about doing the more. It's about achieving the more meaningful results. Maybe as a product owner, you could relate. Team might be saying, I have delivered 100 story pointer. But from the product side, business side, what is the value we are generating? So these are the purpose how we transform. We can just go ahead and see. So you can see this is our, we are from First American India. So our transformation journey started in 2013. So most of the time we say that we should start from small teams, then we should apply in the bigger level. But here it is little different. We have done it at the Big Bang. Almost 100 and plus products we have migrated at once from waterfall, iterative models to the agile. Was it easy? No, not at all. So initially that inception started, you can see how the journey over the years, but there is a point where we felt like, okay, we need to measure how we are progressing. With the data we can speak. Obviously metrics are the ones which help us to derive the data. So that started in the 2015, the agile metrics inception. After that we have created one tool within the organization to see how we are progressing across all the products. From there, in 2017 we have enhanced those metrics. So initially it started, then based on the feedback, internal retrospection, introspection, we have enhanced those metrics, and after that we have improved couple of other items. So with that, let's see what is that initial framework which we have developed. So anytime without any challenges, can we do anything smoothly? Anyone experienced in your career? Good. So only it is possible in dreaming. Even dreaming also sometimes someone comes and make you wake up. So it is even there also it's a kind of a interruption or impediment. So even here also when we started our transformation, it was not at all easy. Okay. The biggest challenge was our mindset. So many people say like when I am customized, I am doing this, why should I change? Okay. So unlearning and relearning is always the biggest challenge for us. So at the same time, when I'm doing the process, whether it is required or not, we have been following from the past couple of years. Why should I change suddenly? It's working. We are developing, business is receiving the products, the business is as usual running. Why should we change? The resistant for the change. And when it comes to the delivery also, we might be delivering, but when the process change, suddenly agile comes, if anything misses also, okay, recently only we moved it to agile. How can you expect fast delivery? How can you expect the deadlines? How can you meet our market fast? So those all are very common. So at the same time, the team morale and uniformity was missing. See, we have 100 and plus products. Obviously, you cannot expect everyone should use the same tool, same way, because no one can think alike. Even though we are using the same tool, there is a different customization, different way of working. So these are the key challenges we have faced during that time. That's where we came to a one solution, that is one of the metric framework.
All right, you want to see the solution. So many of us, right? I think everybody would have in your journey. I think the way that you're gonna put it forward for your team, because she already told 100 plus products, almost like the product teams and the development teams across US, Canada, and India, and plenty of teams. It is very difficult from a managerial perspective how we can do this big bang transformation, still we can measure it. So then we thought we're gonna ask one question, so we're gonna start some mantra towards it. So what we have done is that, so these are the 4 fundamental thinking. This is again agility. This is again what we have in Agile today, talks about it. Do it fast, do it right, do it on time, and don't forget, keep doing it by improving it. Can we all say one more time? Okay, can you all repeat with me so that it will be ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Do it fast, do it right, do it on time, and keep doing it. Okay, so this is the mantra that we applied. So from here, when we were brainstorming how we can bring all these things together into one consolidated things, then we come up with a metric. So that talks about a health index of agile transformation of First American India and First American. So what we have done here is that, so the do it fast is nothing but how is your quicker, the speed of things, that is your productivity, how quickly you can do that. Then you're gonna talk about do it right, that's your product quality metric. Then you talk about do it on time, so that is on time, which is more important. So that is your process, how you can best deliver it. Then you're gonna talk about the technical quality. Don't forget the technical quality aspect of it. But initially when we started with 3 things: productivity, product quality, process quality. And every team, right, the moment that you talk something, you pass the information, it's like a Chinese whisper. So it starts something, it ends the time that it reaches to the development, entirely it changes. And as at the group level, right, at the product levels, at the enterprise level, when you are keep looking into that, the management is confused. So how our transformation journey is really making a difference. So that's where we applied these metrics. So now I will go one step deeper into that. So the first one is the product quality index. So what we have done, delivery health quality index, what we talked about is at 100%. It's at the 100%. And product quality, I just added 3 aspects, 3 things here. One is, what is your test coverage that you have done it? And this metrics we applied ADO, Azure DevOps, and Jira. So those APIs, when the team logging into the number of hours and the quality, the code churn out, everything together, we call it out those internal APIs, and we build this metric tool for First American. So what it does is that, so test coverage in % of increase. So many times, people write the test cases, but it is not the quality that which really matters, right? When you want to measure it, how good is your test cases? Then defects in UAT and triage. And there are like other few things, but I'm not adding it here due to the time constraint. And how about your defect density within that? So these metrics are very much important for the quality, but for the business, it doesn't matter, right? For the product, it doesn't matter. Technology people, it's okay, bugs will come, we are in agile, okay, add another 2-3 bugs, that's okay, we will take another 2 days to complete it. But people mindset and challenging them, which is very difficult. Then the second one is the productivity index. Productivity index is like, what is your resource utilization, your capacity? Probably you are adding at your capacity when you are adding your how many days you are leave, holidays and everything, and you bring all these things together, then you know at the end whether it is a 90% of utilization or 80% of utilization, or can we improve more? Because sometimes people log hours just for the sake of adding the hours. Okay, no matter what I have done, at the end I will log 8 hours, right, in your timesheets or wherever. So this is where we want to encourage the team so that they can do the resource utilization and the cost of rework. Because in your productivity, when your rework increases, your productivity, what you want to do it, that gonna reduce alternatively. And also user story volatility. I have taken it up 10 user stories, but I'm completing only 8 stories. So that means my 2 user stories, which I was not able to complete, what I have promised, are committed in the beginning of the sprint. So these things, the user story volatility, we have given certain percentage of thing. Then release schedule variance. How many times I'm keep moving my release? Okay, we are in agile, so everybody used to say that that's okay. It's not anymore fixed contract. We can be. Yes, we can be with the valid reasons, but how best that we can target ourselves so that we can do the release schedule variants and iteration effort variants as well. So these are some of the fundamental metrics that we have put it. Initially, the product quality metrics are at the higher percentage. So what we have done is that, so that goes around product quality around 40%, and productivity we made it 30%, because our bigger the problems, you can increase the percentage of measuring it so that you can really closer look into that, you can keep improving on it. And the third one, process meeting index. This is a little different, though all the other things are tool driven, but how many of you really agree daily scrums, the way it's supposed to be done, are we doing it? The bigger question. Alright, let's go 10 minutes, open your laptops, just give the status. Daily scrum is not at all a status meeting. It's all about, are we on the right track of understanding it? Are we really going to achieve our commitments? Do we have any impediments? Are we all in the same page? That is what the scrum expects. But we all go there, how much you have completed? Did you complete it or not? Okay, how long it will take to complete? Then the thought process is entirely deviated, and we made it status meetings. That's why developers hate scrums. Developers hate the way that they want to pass the information. My manager asked me the information, my scrum master also asked me the information. Why I have to give them twice? So we said like we have to do the scrum with the real meaning of it. So that's where, and is the product backlog refinement. So these are all your audits. So what we have done, we have created a Spox. Every 3 months, they go and they will sit in a scrum meeting without knowing anyone. So they just adding as a guest. So they will go, our auditors. Auditors means from other teams or the agile coaches. They go and sit there. How things are happening? What are you going to say? Then they will have cross questions. Then they will think that, okay, this is what the percentage that we can give it. And how is your product backlog refinement is done? Product backlog refinement without understanding anything, that's okay, 2 story points, you just do it, right? How many times you observe? And as a development manager, I face a lot of challenges initially. Somebody says 2 story points, somebody says 5 story points. And finally, everybody agrees for 5 because we'll get a leverage of time to do that. And the way that it's supposed to be done, it never done it. So we need to bring that mindset, transformation, really thought process, why I am even doing this particular refinement, right? So those things we have added it, and are the requirements are prioritized. Sometimes prioritization, you don't have anything in the next sprint. I will give you 5 story points, just put another 5 stories there. But we never really questioned, because we are also new to the agility. So in the transformation. So what we have done, initially we have given 40% for product quality, productivity 30%, process, rest, how much percent? 30%. Okay, so this 100% we have done it. Then we started measuring that every month we used to get this delivery health index. Then later we understood we are also missed something which is very crucial and important, which is the technical quality. Later we added it because the security become new norm, and security that probably from the development point of view, if you think about it, you're gonna do your barcode scans, or your vulnerability scans, or your remediation scans. These things are more important than ever before, because you look into US market today, almost every financial organization is hit. Last year, like around 6 major organizations hit by ransomware, and they were able to shut down their systems for more than a week. So that means you can really understand that security score that actually comes from the security vulnerability scans. Then we added it. Then another important thing, technical debt. Product team never care about technical debt unless you go and tell them you cannot use your product from tomorrow. Do you agree? Agree? Definitely. Unless you tell them that, where are you going to put that? So what is your technical debt in terms of measuring, so that you can tell that my technical debt is increasing day after day. That's why you should start considering at least 80-20 rule.
But they are not accepting. I have few clients who are not ready to accept 20 rule.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Yeah, 80-20 rule, they may not agree. That's what I'm telling. At least I said that minimum. They will not agree. But that's where you have to go and really tell that from tomorrow, your system will not work. Users cannot really do this particular feature. When we were working, Internet Explorer versus all other things have multiple challenges, right? So this is where you're going to talk about it. You want to give more customer experience. And these are the 4 quadrants we made it. Then later we added technical quality is like a bigger chunk that we need to add it. So we distributed the percentage. So the simple is that you call your APIs, you can select whatever that you want, which metric that matters to you at this time when you are transformational journey, go and apply, do it fast, do it right, do it on time, and keep doing it. So that's what the overall metrics all about it. So this is our sample dashboard. I cannot really bring the real data. My InfoSec team said like, shut up, don't do it. Don't go and share it in front of the public, right? So this is where, initially 2016 we developed the tool. 2017 we were so much deep down because we are adhering to the entire organization. This is like a team wise or the product wise that you can measure it. And 2020 where we have started implementing the technical quality. That's where if you see everybody's scores come down all the way. So that's the trend we have set. Later, everybody realized that, okay, technical depth is also important. And these metrics are putting into the board of directors every quarter. So they look at and they will ask why my security score is bad. Then the team and the business has to answer. They don't have answers unless they work close to us. So I think from the top to bottom approach or bottom to the top, these metrics are really made a sense and difference in our agile transformation. And so coming to the quickly, I know I'm going to narrate it quickly. So what it has done, it has enhanced visibility. I know which teams are doing well, which teams are not doing good, and which products are better in terms of agile adoption, which teams are not. And it made us improve decision making. Initially when we implement, right, people don't like it. Really, they said like, why you are asking me to log every bug? It's a agile, I don't need to log bug. Just I will tell my developer, go and start fixing it. So that's the peer programming and everything. So there are a lot of challenges. And finally, once we started doing that, then also, unless you give the carrot, nothing will move, right? So you have to give certain kind of benefits along with that. So any team that comes up well, does well, so we used to recognize them. We used to give them some kudos and some gifts. So then started, it is improving and enhancing. And overall, I think the quality matters. The quality and the customer delight is improved. So then,
Seen that metric, right? So we have achieved the technical quality. Security is also considered, the user story side, development side, the bugs, UI, and everything. Do you see something which is very critical and important was missing over there? Thank you. Because from last 2 days we have been hearing that term value and business value. So that's where when we look back into our metric framework, we realized there was something which is critical is missing. So we can see from there, from 2021, our metrics are driven towards business metrics. So from there, the initiation started. So after that, there is a new journey started by considering business and business value as a topmost priority. Okay, so as usual, especially if any technical people are here, or the Scrum Master, product owner also, they could relate. Whenever we are conversing with business, what language we are using. Just an example, we all are speaking in English, but if someone we meet from our native, who speaks our same language, automatically the glow will come in your face and you will enjoy spending time with them. So it's very simple. So whenever we are having the conversations with a business, rather than having more of the technical jargons, if we can speak in their language, obviously, it will be giving a clear clarity what business is expecting and what we are understanding, what we are going to deliver it. So that was one of the key challenge. We are not talking in the business language. And then, are we really knowing the value? Whatever. See, I say, okay, I come, I'll work on it. Okay, so Nirmala, today you have to complete this test cases. You have to develop this page. So when we know the purpose, why are we doing that? The way how I do will be different. So that's where the initiation started. So when you know what is the purpose, what is the value you are trying to achieve, why are we developing this feature? If we can understand the business value of it, as a technical team or the product team, whoever it could be, we can bring in the multiple approaches and different solutions also. So on the same knowledge, without having a business knowledge, can we implement a good quality product? No. So those three aspects, as usual, routine work and customer delight are important, but our major focus was on the understanding the business value, speaking with our customer in their own business language, and at the same time understanding the business knowledge. And the simple example, whenever we are going anywhere, right, especially for the kids, if anyone is having, we give everything, but on top of that, if you're trying to give something additional, one chocolate also, that makes them so happy. So that's why most of the time we tend to give, okay, business has asked me to do this, okay, I have delivered, I'm done. But if you can achieve little more, that brings real value. So that's how our another journey started. We will see how that framework evolved.
I think you have seen on the technical side, quality side and everything, and this is the peak of the COVID. Okay, so we were thinking everybody reached 95% and all our teams are working. So what's missing? One thing, definitely I think it's the customer delight. So that's where we come up with the business value framework. So which represents and which talks about it, markets, risk, capabilities and value. These are the 4 quadrants that we have bought it, and this is unlike a number. This is not a number. This is more of a subjective and numbers in terms of the business value, right? Yes, later. Okay. So, and markets, when it is coming to that, okay, today I'm delivering this feature, I'm developing this feature, and what is that for the end customer? What is for my business? Do I gonna increase the market share? How is it possible, right? So that's the questions. Again, I go back to Simon Sinek. I think how many of you read Why? Why it matters, right? So why is the question that which is very important. So when we looking into that, market share and competitor advantage. When you are not in the market, if you want to get things right, so that means you need to provide a competitor advantage. We are a title insurance based company, and many of you not aware of title insurance. That is when you buy a house or sell a house, so you have to issue insurance for the legal purpose, your khatas and your deed, sale deed, right? So that insurance we do, and we are like almost like $9 billion company in US. It's almost 130 years old. So when we are in that market, and disruption can come very easily, so all our business has to start thinking about in these terms of line and adding new customers. Okay, I bring this feature, so this will allow to increase another 0.1 particular customer in a particular agents who sells the insurance, and sell more orders or reduce a cost. That's at the market value. And the next one is the impact. So you are getting a user story. I do this fix. Do you know you will impact 50,000 customers daily who are using your system? Then you will be more careful, you will be more meaningful doing the code. You generate a bug in a production, 50,000 customers gonna getting into the problem, they're gonna go to another insurance just in a click away. Today, if you don't like it, if any app that you downloaded, if you don't like it, you quickly swap it. So that's why it is most important to say that number of customers impacted, magnitude of impact, and the legal compliance. Certain times you don't do everything just because what you want to do, right? Not every time in the market share, but there is a legal compliance that you have to do it. Sometimes if you avoid it, in the last minute we will rush it. So these are the important things that we call it out. And other thing like, reducing waste is also adds a value. Every time you cannot do the business thing, so that's where we put it like eliminating the waste and improving productivity or delivery. I do manual testing, or I will do keep repeating this code. Certain feature my customer uses it, this 10 clicks of button. In that I did an RPA, robotic process automation, where it changed from 10 minutes to 8 minutes. Even the 2 minutes matters for the customers when they're doing it. So if you know the system, and as she said, if you know the business, you can do better. There are organizations which today we work in a world, rapid-paced world, without even knowing what our end customers, how they're using our systems. So this is the one churn that you can really bring it, where even a micro and macro innovations that you can be celebrated, rewarded, and awarded. That's most important. And finally, innovation that I talked about it. Innovation not necessary to be like you need to invent iPhone. You don't need to invent the wheel like in the olden days of the system. But innovation can be at a small scale, and it can be improving your customer experience, or it can bring customer delight. Then start acknowledging those things and adding into your value. So these things very, very important. Now, these are like, look at the metrics, we improved that important and all that stuff, but I'm gonna talk about the implementation. When we implemented business value, right, why is the key? Why is the key? Here there are so many agile coaches, scrum masters, are the leaders across, you're all experienced, but the first thing we started using, why I am even developing in my refinement. Unless business comes and tells us that, that doesn't have any value to me. So that's the fundamental cultural shift and change. We have done it. And product team brings the value articulation. Product team initially not agreed to provide for everything, every feature. It's very difficult even for them, right, to transform. Then we said like, okay, let's you do the articulation. If they don't get it, they used to go to the end customers. What value that will add? Oh, okay, this is the value that they started articulating. And business value is called it out on every feature level. not necessary to be at the user story level, but at the feature level that you can target it. And again, I talked about team agile mindset and team agile culture. That's most important. And in order to bring this, so we have to do a lot of tweaks and twists and turns. COVID came, so that is gone. Now we are started coming to office in a hybrid model. So then, in order to bring that business knowledge, we created a concept called Biz Carnival. So that's the fun and learning. So know your product. So we used to talk about a products. Who are our customer? We used to get our end customers. They are excited to come and share in their morning 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, come and talk in India time that this is how I'm gonna use your system. Can you imagine it? So those are the small tweaks. Those are the small influential things that you do, but it has a huge impact in terms of what you do it, right? And again, I refer to that, celebrating micro and macro achievements. This is the culture that you have to start following it up. And every time when somebody comes and suggests that, right, business may not agree, or our management will not agree. But I think you keep knock the door. When you keep knocking the door, one day the door will be open. Sometimes at least the window will open. And see like who is coming here, right? So that's the way that you need to keep knocking about it. You need to keep improving every small things and celebrate it, reward them, award them, whether it is a small or big. And these are some of the business value that provide resilience to our customers for an order replacement. We used to, depending on one particular system, and that system down, if that system is like external system, if that system gets down, then probably we're gonna lose almost $1 million revenue, assume that. But now, even that system down, I'm gonna make my system work. If that system ups, I'm gonna do the batch processing. After that, I'm gonna go and start executing it. So those are the changes. So people were started writing, improve the performance by X%. What is that means for the customer, right? Increase 1% of orders, that will revenue increase. So these are some of the quick terminology that you use it, and you can use it for sample. And I'm gonna just play this video quickly. She's my product owner from the business. So she's gonna do that. Somebody can play that? Click on that video.
Ready, right? See, most of the time we say that we are doing this, we have implemented this, but
Okay.
how do you validate that?
Fine. Okay, the video is not downloaded, sorry. She gave like very nice testimony that how the transformation across end to end, applying the right metrics which matters to you. So now let's move on to the next one. Okay.
By implementing this business value framework, whatever the challenges initially we have seen, so we could able to overcome. I know my product owner couldn't able to share her testimony here due to network glitches, but being a QA, I was a QA, so during that time I used to speak, okay, I have written 100 test cases. But later, after understanding this business value framework, I say that it's not about the number, what is the value? So that's how the thought process got changed. It's not only for me, for my teams as well. So now we just wanted to share here, this is our transformation journey, but may not be applicable for everyone. So we just want you all, just close your eyes, think whatever the process or the metrics you have been doing, see if any small change or any one thing which you can implement or the change after this, after hearing our transformation journey.
I think one thing, right? What matters for you may not matters for others. What matters for others may not matters for me. But what matters for you, you have to really call it out and customize it and apply it. So today, I'd like to, this transformation journey probably gonna influence you, impact you, I don't know at what level. But one thing that, keep looking what you are doing it. Is it really meaningful metric for me? Is it really bringing the value that are just, you keep calling velocity, 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 but at the end, what is that velocity to me? Unless you question that, what is important in your organization, you can really tweak and change it so that you can make it another move, another leap, so that you will be in better position in terms of what you're doing. That's all for the metrics that matters. Thank you, everyone.
ग्रेट ग्रेट. एक लाइन बहुत पसंद आई, सेलिब्रेट मैक्रो एंड माइक्रो अचीवमेंट्स. मैंने बहुत बार देखा है कंपनी में, वी हैव बीन कीप डूइंग द थिंग्स एंड स्पेशली कैसा होता है ना यार, ये तो BAU है, ये तो हमेशा ही करना है. बट सम टाइम इवन आई फेल्ट दैट सम टाइम इवन आई एम नॉट सेलिब्रेटिंग द माइक्रो और मैक्रो सक्सेस. बट एक होता है ना कि मान लो किसी ने, जैसे बच्चे को हमने एक चॉकलेट दे दी किसी दिन, उसने अच्छा काम किया, सो इफ़ यू कैन आस्क दैट बेबी कि हाउ डू यू फील व्हेन यू गेट द चॉकलेट. It doesn't matter, you are trying to tell him, okay, you did a good job, and that's the reason you are getting something. It's not about the chocolate what you are giving, but it's about that something you did a great job. So even I would request all of you, whenever you are going in any organization, depending on that, तो जहाँ पर भी आपके junior हो, senior हो, try to find out opportunity where you can celebrate, whether it's a small or bigger, doesn't matter. But
एक और बात कहनी थी. मैडम ने कहा कि when you see the benefits, okay, when people will see the benefit or they will understand the reason why things are happening, you will get to see things happening in a different way. इसका बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में शोले मूवी में था. हैव यू सीन दिस मूवी? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव सीन शोले मूवी? एवरीबॉडी. ओके, डू यू रिमेंबर ठाकुर गोज, दीज गाइज आर कमिंग आउट ऑफ जेल. ठाकुर उसको बोलता है गब्बर सिंह को पकड़ना है. एंड देन अमिताभ बच्चन आस्क्ड हिम, कोई जाति दुश्मनी? Thakur says, that doesn't matter to you. Okay, he doesn't tell the reason at that time. Okay, these people charge him money, he gives it. बाद में होली के scene, you know, the Matrix guys are people are telling this is happening here, not only in India, everywhere. Understand, it is reality.
thank you, thank you. Only I can, in terms of the time, I can have one more query if anybody is interested and having any query.
So, there is most of the time when it comes to agile ways of working, resource utilization is always questioned. So, what does that mean to you? Meaning, have you done something differently out there?
So there were multiple challenges we faced it. The first one, when we started looking into the capacity, right, people started cooking up. Okay, it's a real and it's a fact. So then we have the development managers. Okay, so for this task, that's where we included the technicality, right? So that's where how many times you are checking in, how many hours you are checking in it. It's not a policing, but initially to bring that uniformity. That is number one. Number two is that the capacity is like again a subjective matter, but the moment that you encourage your teams, somebody has really done what the work done versus their capacity is actual, then start giving them some carrots. So that's where, oh, I got this, okay, he's the best person, utilized it capacity, deliver the maximum value. Then you're gonna start looking into other people. That's the cultural shift that we have done it. Okay, thank you. All right.
Okay, now it's the time of felicitation, or you can say macro, micro, doesn't matter, but celebration. Okay, so I would like to call Satish. Please, could you please give the token of appreciation? Okay, can you have a Rahul from Tieto Every? I was keep watching you are here and suddenly you walk away. बोला कहाँ गए? बोला पूछ लेता बोला. एक साथ अच्छा.